Hello everyone and welcome to 4 Kilobyte Shorts Bargain Bin. Yeah, I've decided to name it this time. In this case, we're actually going to play a really old school DOS game called... Let me go ahead and see if I can get this uploaded for... Let's go ahead and see if I can get this uploaded for you guys. And here she comes. Oh, listen to that 8-bit sound. 1991 Soft Disk Incorporated. Dangerous Dave in the Haunted Mansion. Now check out some of those names. An id Software title, and it's going to go back and forth because that's how they programmed it, so you can read like one line at a time. John Carmack, John Romero, Tom Hall, and Artisan somebody. Go back. There you go. Excuse me, Adrian Carmack. Now you might notice some of those names, you know, John Carmack and whatnot, from id Software. And this is before they really, you know, this is when they were called Soft Disk, and this is before they made the Doom games. This is before they made Wolfenstein 3D. But the reason I wanted to showcase this game is because this game is actually one of the first games I played in DOS a very long time ago. And if you notice Dave, or the pasty white guy there, I mean, when I say white guy, that's not a racial thing. He is actually colored white. Probably scared stupid from all the zombies, but he actually has to reload his gun. He actually has, you have to stop it, so it's sort of strategic where you actually have to stop and reload your gun. And if you don't reload your gun, then, you know, you can get killed by zombies and monsters and things. And in this case, it's, you know, the zombie actually comes down the stairs. He saw me down here and he came down the stairs. Each monster, of course, also has its own attack. Like that guy just threw a knife at me. And so it's like a cross between Commander Keen and I guess a little bit of Doom. But it's the old school side-scroller style, 8-bit, very simplistic. I mean, you're listening to the sounds here. This is through DOSBox, so of course you're hearing the sounds through an actual speaker, but they're emulated in such a way to mimic the original sound. So what you're hearing is the old school sound files, which were terrible, but they worked for their purpose. And I honestly don't know why Dangerous Dave is going through this mansion. This is back in the time before plots, before people were like, we need plots for these games to not suck. And he might be going to save somebody, maybe save a chick, his girlfriend, maybe save somebody, I don't know. He might be going to save somebody, but I'm pretty sure he's just in this mansion, blowing holes in Lurch. That's his thing. He's like, I'm going to kill Lurch. And as I said, it's very simplistic. It's very straightforward. It's fairly fun. It has a live system like a lot of games did back then. Where, you know, you saw the screen where it actually has a map, sort of similar to was it Ghosts and Goblins or Ghosts and Ghouls or whatever the SNES game was, where you ran through the incoming knife. Where you actually ran through the graveyard. And whatnot to save the princess. So it has a very similar map system to that. It has a level system, of course. It's not just one long game where the only thing that marks one place from another is a cutscene. You actually have specific areas to go through. So you go through the store, and that's the end of level 1. And, you know, I have a high score. My score is only 4,000. I have 3 days left, and now we're like in the attic or somewhere. And you don't always run into the same monsters. There are, of course, different monsters. Hence that point right there, that's a slime monster of some kind. It will nom your head. That guy, of course, continuing to throw knives at me because he thinks he's badass. You, sir, are not badass. Actually, that's one of the things I do get hit, because if you notice, that knife is only like 4 pixels long, and it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to see, but there it is. And this game also has boss battles, if you can believe that. Unlike a lot of other games, especially old school DOS games, there's actually, that's a spider, if that thing below me, it's a spider, if you can believe that. But unlike other games, other DOS games and whatnot, especially from back in the day, I'll use that term, there are boss fights. And this boss fight is unfortunately like 4 levels into the game, and I don't know if I'm going to play that far into the game. I may. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I probably won't. There's probably a high potential chance that I won't. Whoa. Thought I was covered by that side. I wasn't. He tried to kill me. Spider coming down. Blah. Like a face hugger almost. And you have to use, I mean, well, I won't say you have to use strategy. You kind of do have to use strategy, but really you just have to use good timing and better judgment. Without that, then of course you're gonna get shot and stabbed and whatever in the face. I mean, they are just zombies and monsters. They're just walking back and forth. And there's an indication of what happens if you get a high score. I think that's 100,000 points. Every 100,000 points, you get yet another Dave. They have a Dave cloning machine. It's in the back of his truck out front. Whenever you... I think I came in that door. Yeah, whenever you get 100,000 points, Dave can afford a new Dave clone from the back of his truck. He just goes out there, fills it up, and, you know, if he dies, then he has yet another Dave to take his place if he needs it. So that's awesome. I know people are like, what's with the live system? Well, what's with the regenerating health system? So there you go, you know? It's okay to have lives sometimes. It's okay to say you have 5 tries, you have 5 continues, you have 5 quarters. And that's really where it came from. It's like you pay a quarter for this game, you get 5, you know, well, 3 lives. If you're awesome at the game, we give you free lives. If you suck at the game, you give us more money. And so this is built on that sort of that system there. Now I don't want to demonstrate it just yet. I can, but I'm not going to just yet. But the other thing I loved about this game was that it actually had death animations, but not the type you'd normally think that you'd find in a game where it shows Dave like, well, you know the Doom guy when you kill it, like, or anybody in like one of those older, he is so wanting to eat my brains. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. I was about to demonstrate a death animation, by the way. It's not like the Doom guy where when you shoot, or any of the enemies where you shoot them and they like bleeds out his neck and falls down, that kind of thing. It's more interesting to me the way these death animations work, because they work in such a way to where each enemy that kills you pops up a little cutscene, and it's a very well rendered pixelated cutscene that then shows you. I don't think this is the exit. No. Okay, it's in the next section. Spider and zombies and crap. Yeah, if you run out of ammunition, you're gonna have a really bad time right there. Whoa! There you go. Dave knows what's up. 1 up. That's right. Now I don't remember what I was talking about. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Yeah, but the death animations show little pixel, like they're really well rendered death animations, and each monster has its own death animation. So, and each death, it doesn't even have to be a monster. It can be like a trap. There are traps in some levels, and you can fall through a trap or something, and that has its own death animation, and it's kept separate. So it's not like you watch Dave like on this screen die in a specific way, or the monsters hit you or whatever. It just switches to a little screen, teeny tiny screen. And it's about the size of 2 of those windows stacked on top of each other, so I mean it is tiny. But it shows a little animation for you, something for you to watch. And I may end up dying. Wow, I didn't know you could intersect with those guys like that. That's cool. Okay, so there's a little notice. Unlike Mario, you can actually intersect with your enemy without dying. I have to be careful here because he can easily eat my brains. Oop, not up. No, 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 no. Run away, run away, run away, run away, Dave. Those guys are the worst. You can't aim straight up, as you've noticed. You can aim up and you can aim down, which are 2 things that I didn't tell you about, but have been doing this whole time. You can aim up and down, which is also something that you really couldn't do in a lot of old DOS games. Like if you ever played Commander Keen, all you could ever do was like pogo stick on top of people, or shoot straight. You know, like jump and shoot. Well, Dave can't jump and shoot. He doesn't know how. He only knows how to shoot or jump. But he can aim up and down. He did go to school, and he's like, I learned how to aim up and to aim down. And so Dave knows how to do that, because he's Dangerous Dave, and that's why he's dangerous. He's not dangerous because he's got a shotgun. Hell no, he's dangerous because he learned to aim. And that's some pretty hardcore stuff right there. So this is our 3rd level. As you can tell, very, very, very different levels in each of these games. Or each of these levels are very different. We went from, I think, the front door. You know, and that's kind of how it has a story. Unlike a lot of games where you start like inside the house and like you're inside this house and it's a dangerous house and be careful. This one's like you're outside, you drove your truck up, you have your shotgun, you're going in there for a reason. I don't know what it is, but you're going in there for a reason. And then from there we progressed, I think, to the attic. and then from the attic to the basement, which is a great progression. And then if you look in there, you see those knives with all the blood. If Dave were to fall in there, that would be a death animation on its own, and it would be different from all the others. I recommend this game, if only because if you played a lot of DOS games, if you like DOS games, especially if you like the kind of games like Commander Keen and whatnot, I absolutely recommend this because it's along that same vein, but it has the id Software touch to it, with the better controls, the more fun gameplay. A little bit more strategic gameplay, you know, aiming up, aiming down, jumping over things, that kind of stuff. That's always fun to do. And it's free. I'll say it's free unless id Software is going to release a Super HD BFG version of Dangerous Dave and the Haunted Mansion. I'm going to assume that the game is going to remain free as abandonware. Possibility it may not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. id Software is a really weird company, and right now companies are rehashing games like crazy. They may go into their locker, pick up a 3.5-inch disc, and go, "Hey guys, remember this Dangerous Dave game we made like 10 million years ago? Let's go ahead and make a BFG version of it and charge $39.95." And some idiots out there like me would buy it because it'd be like, they wouldn't be like high definition. They'd be like re-rendered in semi-HD or false HD or something, or rendered in 3D, and it'll look like this, but it'll have like 3D rendering on there to make it look a little bit prettier. Terrible idea, I know, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. It really isn't. I know that sounds really bad, but it's the truth. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't really have a lot to talk about with this. I just wanted to show it to you guys and say, hey, this is what's up, this is what I'm playing. This is awesome to me. I've never been able to get to the end of the game. I actually had, for the longest time, I never even was able to get to the first boss. But if you notice, the level, oh, werewolf, yeah, new monster is a werewolf, and he's mean. I don't know if you get better weapons for Dave. I don't know if Dave gets like bigger guns or upgrades. I don't think he does. I don't think it goes that in depth. I think he honestly just gets the shotgun and that's it. Yeah, so I was able to bust his ass pretty easy. But like I said, I never made it very far into the game. You know, I played it when I was younger, and I was just like, hey, Dangerous Dave, this is fun. Play level 1, die 3 times, awesome. Now I find myself trying to get farther into the game. It does have checkpoints, but not the kind you'd think it has. It doesn't have in-level checkpoints. So if you die in level, you're dead. You have to start the level over again. But if you die, well, yeah, if you die in level, that's it. You're done in level. But the bosses act as checkpoints. So if you finish a boss, you can actually continue the game from the boss pretty easily. Come back here, you ugly bastard. I know you want to. You want my sweet, sweet brain. Ah! Tricked you. Thought I was reloading, but I wasn't. Hard to get up there. Not going to try, I don't care. I mean, I already have like 6 Daves now, right? Free Dave via Dave Hat Replicator. That's what they call it too. BFG edition? Hell yeah, it'd be the Dave Hat Replicator. Alright, now I'm pretty sure I have to go this way, but there's a high potential chance I may die. Yep. There's your death animation. There's a Dave death animation right there that you just saw. And if you look, gotta start over from the beginning of the level. And all the things that I collected are still there. I can collect them again if I want to. Not super important really. But your score remains the same. I don't think I go that way, actually. I think I went the wrong way. I think up is for score, and down is for level progression. So we'll see if we can just progress through this level, because I wanted to show you the boss fight, but I spent so long. Oh, I'll just have Dave dive into the Dave hole again. Okay, we'll just do that. We'll just head down. We'll not even worry about going to the right at all. So yeah, if you're not worried about getting more Daves or getting a high score, if you just want to progress through the game, this game doesn't have any reason to make you not do that. It's not like, well, you have to collect X, you know, you need a key or anything. They weren't into that yet. Thank God. They were just into having you do Dave stuff, you know, run around shooting people, go into strangers' houses and blow them away, that kind of stuff. That's all they cared about. So we're going to try to rush through this level really quick, get through fast enough for Dave to do his shooty thing on the first boss monster so you can see it. I know there's a first boss monster. I do not know if there are future boss monsters. I don't know how many there are. The first one is pretty obvious. I'm not going to give it away just in case. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm a nice guy like that. I don't give things away. I try not to give things away. Try not to get hit by those knives. May fail here in a moment. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, let's get over there. Now you have to wonder, this is back in the DOS days when the levels were designed based on how many pixels you could fit on the screen with the amount of memory you had allocated, but you have to wonder who would design their house like this. Like, what asshole designed this house? It's like, if I never needed to change the boiler, like fix the boiler, I'd have to run through a dungeon to do it. That's insanity. But then in all honesty, if you've played Amnesia: The Dark Descent, although the house does look strategically, well built, as if it was built fine, like a real house, it still doesn't really look like a real house would look. Eek, spider. Go away, Spidoo. Okay, now I went that way, and I was pretty sure I don't go any other way. Pretty sure. Yikes! Yeah, you're about to throw a knife at me. Screw you, buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't go down that way. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's try it again. Let's try to get Dave over. Oh! Over where Dave's supposed to go. Okay, Dave. I'll work with you on this one. Alright, down. Ah! Dave! Watch yourself, buddy. Can't believe you survived that. I don't know what happened. Usually zombies don't... Ah, crap. Usually zombies are not so polite. I'll put it that way. Gotta be careful, I don't know what's spawning ahead of me. See, it's not even a very deep hole you can fall into right there. It's just that little tiny thing. Alright, you little bastard. Ah! There you go. Alright, where's that green little guy go? Where'd that green guy go? There he is. Leap onto the ceiling, because I know that's how you kill me. There you go. And you can just die because you're on a staircase. Yaha! Okay, now the zombie's gonna come down because he does not... Oop, wrong way, Dave! You're facing the wrong way, Dave! Also, once again for everybody, DOSBox is a wonderful device, and I have a controller software called XP Adder, which allows you to assign keyboard keys to gamepad controls. And because of that, I am actually able to play this using my gamepad. Yes, I am actually controlling Dave using a gamepad. I'm not using the keyboard, which is why you don't hear clicky clicky clacky in the background. Little bonus for everyone. Not sure if anyone cares, but little bonus for everyone. Alright, Davey, come on, let's be careful, little Davey buddy. Also, another thing is Dave has a jump height calculator, depending on how long you hold the button down. So you can actually jump a very short height, or a very tall height, depending on how long you hold the button down, which is super awesome. Once again, another little piece of technology that id Software had decided to include. They're like, hey man, let's just not make it to where you automatically jump 50 pixels. Let's make it you jump like 2 pixels plus X number of pixels up to a point, depending on how long you hold the button down. And people are like, whoa my god, that's the height of technology, I don't understand. And then you have like people in Halo jump, or like or Call of Duty doing like the whole jump snipe, the flip jump snipe crap. And that was id Software that caused that. That's where that came from. They made it so complicated to jump that it was like the end of days. The last 2 rounds, lucky me, I can count. Alright. Okay, here we go, everyone. This is so you can see it, because what the hell is gonna be doing a bargain bin if there's no point in showing you what the bargain is, right? And here's the bargain. Big giant steel door, and you go through with all of your Daves, 6 whole Daves plus the one I'm currently carrying. It's Frankenstein! Oh god. That's Frankenstein, that's right. Frankenstein's monster. Apparently he causes fire to happen, so I better not touch him. Yeah, you have those, and it takes like 7 shots to kill Frankenstein's monster. I think that's how many shots it takes, and you still have to... Oh! I'm talking too much, so I'm having trouble with this, and I shouldn't be. Yeah, it takes like 7 shots to kill Frankenstein's beastie. Well, while I'm dying so many times, I guess I can demonstrate the whole continuation process. Reload, Dave. Yeah, so it's not super hard or anything. Not really. I mean, it can be considered hard, I suppose, if you're not careful. It's a lot like playing Pong or Chinese checkers or any number of... Yeah, there it is. And you auto-finish the level at that point. Now, if my other 3 days were to die, which they usually do, because now you have ghosts and I don't know how to avoid the damn ghosts. I do not know how to avoid the damn ghosts, but if my 3 days were to die for any reason, what would happen is I would continue now at that boss fight with 0 points. But that is your continuation. The boss fight becomes your continuation point, which is kind of awesome when you think about it, to know that a game has a continuation point rather than not. I'm not sure where else to go with this, because at this point this is where I start getting my ass handed to me by everything in the level. Mostly because I don't know what's coming up, and because the levels do get harder to navigate. Go away, Ghosty. Go away, Ghosty. I don't know how to kill you. Yeah, see, it's so awesome. So awesome. And I'll show you some of the other deaths, I guess. Let's just go ahead and kill our other 2 Daves. So here's one death. Boom! Zombie just punches your eyes right out of your head. He's like, fuck your eyes, and they just leave your head. Another one is here. Knife right in the forehead. So yeah, each one has its own little thing. Totally awesome. Game over. That's right, game over. Although it does look like Dave is like so awesome. He's just like, look at my great glasses, instead of it being a skull. And see, yeah, do you want to continue from level 4? And if I hit yes, I continue from level 4, which is of course the boss fight. So you can just do the boss fight. It doesn't take much. But there it is. There is Dangerous Dave in the Haunted Mansion, and once again, it is a bargain bin, because it is abandonware. It is out there to be downloaded. I'm not sure if you can get it from id Software or any other abandonware title game places. If you don't like abandonware, if you think, oh my god, it's like stealing, then send id Software $5 and be like, hey, can you send me a 3.5-inch copy of that game that you made back in 1991? And they'll be like, what, are you stupid? But they'll still keep your $5. I think they'd still keep your $5. But anyway, once again, I would like to thank you for joining me, 4 Kilobytes Short, on this bargain bin Let's Play of Dangerous Dave and the Haunted Mansion. And I will see you next video.